Good morning and hello Pomona. I'm your host Brian Mundy and I'm with the Tim Sandoval campaign. I'm also on I Am Pomona, Citizens for a Better Pomona, and I'm also the lead on Next Door Phillips Ranch. And today we're with Tim Sandoval. Tim, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy campaigning day. Speaking of which, what are you up to today?
So, thank you, Brian, for being here. I really appreciate it. Well, later today, actually, in about half an hour, we're going to have some folks coming over. We're doing a mega walk. A group of about 20 plus volunteers are going to be walking different precincts, getting out and meeting voters. And I'm really excited about that. But, you know, anytime you're organizing something like that, you always have to start early.
Right.
So somebody has to pick up the donuts, somebody has to pick up the water. Had to make sure the house was clean for everyone. And so there's a whole setup, there's a whole pre-planning that you have to do. But they'll be here around 9. And I'm really excited. They'll be doing a short training, and then from there they're going to be assigned with either a precinct captain or an experienced volunteer, and we'll have some new volunteers as well. So they're going to be walking the city for the next 2 to 3 hours.
And do we have any idea how many roughly?
We're anticipating 20 plus people. 20
plus, excellent. You know, earlier this week you and I talked about the diversity within Pomona and what an amazing and great thing that is. Ethnic diversity, there's also a social economical differences within our city. Those are a challenge, also opportunities. Also, your campaign team seems to be very diverse in all those same categories, as well as opinions.
Yes.
So why don't you speak a little on behalf of that?
Great. Well, I think that's what makes Pomona a really special place. You do have great diversity in our city. So, you know, when you look around, you look at the different neighborhoods. You look at a neighborhood like Lincoln Park, which was built in the early 1900s, or you look at Phillips Ranch, which was largely built in the, I think, the 70s and the 80s.
Yep.
And South Pomona, you know, those ranch-style houses that were built post-World War II. And what it is produced in our amazing city is racial and ethnic diversity and socioeconomic diversity. And I really think that's our strength. But there's also points where people always don't understand each other.
Right.
And so I think part of my job is to help bridge those perhaps misunderstandings, or perhaps where people don't understand each other. And what's interesting is what I find when I walk out and I visit people, that they want the very same things. Right. So when people talk about speeding in their neighborhood, it's not unique to any neighborhood.
Right.
When people talk about the homeless issue, it's not specific to any neighborhood. People want a good quality of life for themselves and for their children. And I really think it's going to require a person that is able to have conversations with that diversity. And I really believe I'm that person.
Absolutely.
To do that.
Absolutely. And the point of the team, because I know that it's fun, you know, for instance, back during the Measure Y, there are some of us for, some of us against, and I believe you really thrived on getting that diversity of opinions.
Yeah. Well, I think that a huge part of that has to do with the current incumbent. I think people want to see change. They want to see positive change. And so I think the makeup of our team is diverse. It is diverse in their thinking. And it's, which is a good thing.
Yes.
Because again, it sort of reflects that larger Pomona, that part of Pomona that we know exists. And I think that's what helps us grow as a campaign. But also I think it helps us grow as a city so that we better understand each other. But you're right, I do have people who have very different views. But I think one thing that unites us all is that we really laid out a set of values that are important to us.
Yes, we have.
From the very get-go. And I won't go into all the specific values. If you go to TimSandoval.com, you'll be able to see those. But I think that's part of the reason why we've had so many people join our campaign, because they really actually want honest leadership.
Right.
They want leadership that operates with integrity, and that's accountable, and that really values community engagement and input, where it's not just you coming to City Hall and spending your 3 minutes and telling me what are the issues, but it's actually me going out and meeting you where you're at.
Absolutely.
And I think that really speaks to our campaign, the One Pomona campaign.
Well, thank you so much, Tim, for taking the time again this busy morning. Every day is a busy day. I'd like to thank all of you out there for taking the time to listen, and we're doing these brief little clips to help you get to know our candidates and next mayor, Tim Sandoval. And if you have any questions or questions you'd like to ask Tim, I've set up an email called asktim@gmail.com. Please just send an email, and hopefully we can get to those. And part of these maybe interviews, we can answer some of our citizens' questions out there. Thank you once again, and vote for Tim Sandoval.
Thank you, Brent.